Call the meeting to order. Thank you very much. Stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Can all the students come up in the front and stand here with us all? Come on up front. Stay up front with you. Come on up. Come on up. We'll all do the Pledge of Allegiance together up here. All the students.
Oh, there's a lot of extra kids back there too. So.
Yeah, come on back. Come on, guys. Everybody up.
There you go.
Are we ready? All right. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Amen. All right, thanks, gang. A roll call, please.
Councilmember Woods?
Here.
Councilmember McKenzie?
Here.
Councilmember Nordby is absent. Councilmember Schwer is absent. Mayor Mungy.
Here. I have a motion to adopt the agenda, please.
So moved.
So moved.
I'll second.
Second, Councilmember McKenzie. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Thank you very much. Presentations.
First up tonight, we always look forward to this, is our Fire Prevention Poster Awards. I'll turn that over to Chief Mellinger.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, council members, and welcome everybody to the North St. Paul City Hall, where we're going to honor our students for this year's hard work in teaching fire prevention safety. This is Fire Marshal Brent Fixon. He's the one who was out in all the schools this year, along with a few other firefighters and staff members that was doing all this hard work and talking about this. I'm just going to kind of read through the theme, and then we'll get through doing our awards for everybody. So every year, the fire department works hard for fire safety. This year's poster contest campaign, Sprinkle Your Home for a Fire Safe Zone, works to educate the community about extra steps we can take to keep us safe and protected in our homes. Our department has also been educating the community on NFPA's theme for this year, which is Charge into Fire Safety, which is regarding lithium-ion batteries in your home. This year's focus on lithium-ion batteries works to better educate the public on how to buy, charge, and dispose of them safely. Most of the electronics in our homes, smartphones, tablets, power, and lawn tools, laptops, headphones, and toys, just to name a few, are powered by lithium-ion batteries. If not used properly or correctly, they can overheat and start a fire and explode. Charge into safety, lithium-ion batteries in your home provides us the information, guidance, and resources needed to use lithium-ion batteries with caution. If you're looking for more information, you can go to the fire department's website. We have a lot of information on lithium-ion batteries and what to do. Fire Marshal Fixon and our Assistant Chief Johnson, Lieutenant Foster, and other staff members talked about how it's important for everyone to plan and practice testing our smoke alarms and planning a few home fire escapes. We all need to be prepared in advance so that they know what to do when the smoke alarm sounds. Given that every home is different, every home fire escape plan will also be different. Have a plan that fits for your home. Some of the other facts we talked about, smoke alarms should be installed on inside every sleeping room and outside each separate sleeping area and on every level of your home. Smoke alarms are interconnected, are preferred, and so once one sounds, they all sound. Know at least 2 ways out of every room. If possible, make sure all doors and windows operate easily and correctly, and make sure the kiddos know how to open and close them too. Have an outside meeting place, a safe distance away from your home where everyone should meet, and practice your home drill, fire drill at least twice a year with everyone in the household, including guests. Practice at least once during the daylight and at night. During Fire Prevention Week, the fire department works with local elementary schools and spends roughly 30 hours with over 1,100 students, teaching them about fire safety and prevention. Again, our goal is to make a lasting impact on these young students to learn how to prevent fire in their homes and to be safe. This year's Fire Prevention Poster Contest had over 500 entries, and the rules are simple and clear. The contest is open to all students attending an elementary school in North St. Paul in the grades of kindergarten through fifth grade. The theme for the poster, which must be on the poster, is Sprinkle Your Home for a Fire-Safe Zone, and all posters must be original. 3 categories, kindergarten and first grade, second grade and third grade, and the third category, fourth grade and fifth grade. Each category has 3 winners, first place, second place, and third place. All first place winners will have their posters entered into the Minnesota State Fire Chiefs Association Fire Prevention Poster Contest, where they will go up against other students across the state of Minnesota for additional prizes, cash prizes, and have their poster featured in the Minnesota State Fire Chiefs magazine. And in the past, we've been very fortunate to have winners at the state level. So good luck to our first place winners here tonight. So now we'll go through the process of presenting our winners in the 2025 North St. Paul Fire Prevention Poster Contest. And we're going to start with kindergarten and first grade. Let me know when you're ready.
First.
Yeah. Oh, in third place from Cowan Elementary, Natalia Brown. Natalia, are you here? Okay. Second place from Christ Lutheran, Josie Baumeister. Come on up.
Here's your check, don't spend it all in one place.
We'll have all the students, when they're done as a group, come back up as well, but Josie, smile good.
That's right.
All right, congratulations, Josie. In first place, also from Christ Lutheran, James Gerke. Come on up, James.
That's you. There you go.
Congratulations, James. Our next category, second grade and third grade. In third place, let Brent get.
I'm ready.
All right, from St. Peter, Jack Bannock. Congratulations, Jack. Uh-oh, don't want to lose that. In second place from Christ Lutheran, Pearl Evgen. Congratulations, Pearl. And in first place from Christ Lutheran, Reese Jensen. Congratulations. All right. In our last category, fourth grade and fifth grade, third place from Christ Lutheran, Mackenzie Donahue. Good job. We like repeats. In second place from St. Peter, Calissa Calvin. Congratulations. All right, in first place from Cowern, hope I say it correctly, Jeantil Rodriguez Gonzalez. Oh, dang, not here.
I wanted to say that name.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations to our winners that are here. If y'all want to come up, we're going to grab a group photo.
We'll come down with you too.
Thanks, everybody. Yeah, the first place ones. Want.
Last year they changed it, now you can do up to 3, so all 3.
Oh, really? Did you, okay, so if you want, yeah.
So also, we will take all the posters back because new, what they did, Sergeant County didn't know what it is. The state will take the top 3, so everybody's entry, I will send in the state, and then they go through them, and then they pick their winners, and then you have a chance at getting in their poster contest, goes in the magazine, for the Minnesota Fire Chief thing, and then they'll send magazines with the winners, and then you guys will copy.
And they'll send them back. Yep. Yep.
Cool picture of our group, and we can do that out there if we need to. Alright, this is for the, you had it, if I don't get it.
A little bit normal. Both sides.
Okay, look at Mrs. Jensen. Freeze. Ready?
Face down, 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 James. Here, below your chin, below your chin.
Good. Okay, posters.
Stack them on there.
Put your face down. Perfect, big smile. There you go.
Thank you. Yeah, great job. Hey, you're welcome.
Thanks, everyone, for
Thank
coming.
you.
Hi, kids.
Congratulations, everybody.
It's the highlight of our year. Thanks, everyone. Thank you. Yep. I don't think we got enough pizza to have them stay. They probably would have to be bribed. All right. We'll work on to our next part, consent agenda. Can I?
Thank you, Mayor. First up, item A, October 21st, 2025, City Council and HRE meeting minutes. Item B, general claims of $2,085,034.37. Item C, HRE claims of $581.10. Item D, public works surplus item, the 1998 craft trailer. Item E, acceptance of snow removal contract. Item F, East Metro Public Safety Training Facility, JPA, updated in 2025. 2026 Employee Health and Dental Insurance Provider continuation. Item H, special event permit for the Holiday Hop. Item I, City Hall closure for employee recognition event. Item J, resolution accepting donations for October of 2025. Item K, building permits for October of 2025. Item L, authorized application for Metropolitan Council Environmental Services 2026 Private Property I&I Grant Program. And item M, Metropolitan Council and Environmental Services for 2023 Municipal Inflow and Infiltration Grant Program Agreement.
Thank you very much. Any member like to pull any at this time? If not, can I have a motion?
So moved.
So moved. Councilmember Woods?
I'll second.
Second, Councilmember McKenzie. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Thank you very much. I didn't get any slips, so I don't think we have anything open to the public, so we're on to the next.
City business action items and recommendations. First up is zoning ordinance and text amendments. We have a community development director here, Ken Roberts. Turn it over to you, Ken.
Yes.
Yes. Thank you, Mr. Mayor, City Manager Frandl, for the introduction. Before you tonight this evening, we have two sets of zoning ordinance text amendments. These are a continuation of the work we've been doing with the Planning Commission the last few months to improve, streamline, clarify parts of the zoning code. The first sections, or first proposals, are to clarify and add clarifying language to the definitions of the residential units that we include in the definitions of the zoning code. So for example, go to its page 101 in the packet, and there are several minor changes we're proposing. Dwelling or single-family dwelling or dwelling single-family, proposing to make clear that it's to be occupied by one family for living purposes. Second one, dwelling townhouses. We're adding language that each dwelling unit must have separate building service utilities as required by the state building code. We add a note there, a two-unit townhouse, sometimes referred to as a twin home. Dwelling two-family. We're adding, again, language in there that is for living purposes and that these structures are sometimes referred to as duplexes. And then lastly, dwelling multiple family, we're adding in the terms that it'd be for three or more separate dwelling units, each intended for residential occupancy by different families. And the additional terms and words for each of these were brought in from the state building code and other, the Minnesota Building Code and state statutes. So the goal here and the end result all these definitions will be consistent, again, with state statute and the Minnesota Building Code to kind of a belts and suspenders effort to make sure they are all consistent with those other guiding documents or legal documents that we have to follow. So that's the first set, and I guess I'll stop there. If there are any questions, I should say too, I jumped ahead, my apologies. Planning Commission reviewed this both in October and November, had some comments at both meetings, and are recommending approval of this and the other changes that I will get to in a moment. But they were helpful, as they always are in this process. So any questions on this first part?
Just clarification is all we're doing.
Correct.
Yep.
All right, then the second part is, again, some clarification, some additional words for our mixed-use zoning districts. Again, these were just part of things that we found, both staff and Planning Commission, going through our mixed-use zoning districts, and there are three of those that needed some cleanup. So for example, on page 101, they used to say downtown core district and corridor highway district. Well, the zoning code says downtown mixed-use district and corridor mixed-use district. So that's one change, again, to be consistent with how they're in the code. And then in each district, so starting with the MU1, the downtown mixed-use district, we're adding a D there to say, as part of the purposes and goals, to allow or encourage development and redevelopment that will maintain a sense of the city's heritage. That's the biggest change in the MU1. In the MU2, the biggest change we're proposing there is to add in the use table, which is at the bottom of the page of 102, the potential to have multiple family residential development in that district, but only through approval of a PUD by the city council. Right now, multiple family are not allowed in that district. They're only allowed in the MU3. So by adding those as a potential use in the MU2, we're expanding the potential, obviously the potential uses that could occur there, and maybe that will generate more residential development in some areas that weren't thought of as possibilities in the future. The last set of changes,
Just to be clear for everybody listening, the two, where is that? Can you be a little bit more specific? If people that maybe didn't look this over?
the Pine Tree Center on Century Division is one area, and there's some areas, gosh, they're scattered about. There's a few along Seventh, it's probably 10% of the whole city.
Okay.
It's not a large
11th,
area.
around 11th, there's some over there too, I
Yes,
think,
I
isn't there?
believe that's correct.
Okay.
yeah. I should have had the zoning
Well,
map, I
Yeah,
apologize.
that was just so that will bring us more opportunities to be able to do different things.
Correct.
And so if somebody wanted to put anything up where there's multiple.
Yeah, it adds another possibility.
Yes.
And then lastly, for the corridor mixed-use district, which is the MU3, and that's our probably largest commercial industrial zones, adding in D, provide more flexibility in the redevelopment of existing commercial centers and the development of vacant sites. And I should qualify, all these were terms and words that are used in our 2040 comprehensive plan. Was the genesis of this. Again, to make sure our zoning district uses and goals and purposes align with the current comprehensive plan. Now, we'll be starting an update to that in the next few months. My expectation so far is I don't foresee major changes to those, but again, this makes it really clear that we want our zoning districts to be, and the uses, consistent with what is outlined in the comprehensive plan. So again, that was the reason for these changes. So overall, that's our staff recommendation, again, based on this report and the Planning Commission's input. And so there's an ordinance for you in the packet that starts on page 105 that outlines all these changes, and it's staff's recommendation that the council move adoption of approval of the ordinance as prepared.
Can I get a motion for that?
So moved.
So move, Councilmember Woods, second, Councilmember McKenzie. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Thank you, you and the Planning Commission for all the work
Thank
on
you.
that.
Item B, the repeal. of
Taxi cabs?
Taxi cab
Yeah.
ordinance.
Haven't seen one in a while.
Been a while.
Again, I want to give a full credit to Sarah on this. We were starting to review the fee schedule, and she said, we have a fee schedule, or a fee in the fee schedule for taxi cabs. When was the last time there was a taxi cab in North St. Paul? We started digging into it. It looks like the last time this chapter of the code, which is 115, was looked at was 1989. And I think, as everyone is well aware, the use of ride or app-based ride share services, the taxi cab business has just changed, especially in the suburbs. And so our proposal is to completely delete Chapter 115 of the code. We'll just reserve it for some future use. And it's not to say that someone can't call a taxi and get a ride if they choose, or be dropped off of the taxi. It's more eliminating the need that, for example, they want to have a taxi cab base here, or even in the code says they are to have insurance and have a license from the city. We're not doing that, and I don't foresee we would ever do that. So we're just proposing to take that out of the code and just not even talk about taxi cabs in the city code, because we are not going to regulate them. So our proposal is to adopt the ordinance that repeals Chapter 115 of the code.
Sounds good. Any questions, anybody?
No.
If not,
Makes sense.
motion, please.
So moved.
So move, Councilmember McKenzie, second Woods. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Ken. All right, next item up is item C, the 7th Avenue Street and Utility Improvement Project. This is approved change order number 2. We have City Engineer Morgan Dolly here.
Hello there.
Thank you. Hello, Mr. Mayor, members of the council. So this next item before you is kind of a housekeeping item. This is for the 2023 7th Avenue Street and Utility Improvement Project. You may recall that improved our concrete roadways on 7th Avenue from about the post office west to about First Street, and then portions of Helen as well. It was all constructed and reconstructed in coordination with the redevelopment of the Lilly Building, Article 7 building. And that project, work by the contractor, has essentially been done for a year. But we've been waiting on some minor punch list work and satisfaction of some other minor contractual requirements, like providing the right kind of closeout paperwork for my staff to be able to say that it's ready to bring forward to council. And this next item is one of those pieces, so it's important for the final dollar amount within the work completed to match exactly the dollar value of the contract amount. And so contract amounts are only adjustable by way of change order. There was a change order on this project earlier on. We did have a higher volume of contaminated material that was discovered as they were regrading the road. You may recall that. And so that change order contemplated some of those extra work items. This one, there was some pluses, there were some minuses. So we kind of tallied them all up. They all go into the change order. The essential net change here is just over $42,000, and some of the major categories in terms of the pluses were additional paving in the 4th Avenue alley, additional paving for extension of utilities in the Sepulveda Boulevard intersection, I guess a slightly larger quantity of concrete driveway pavement than we originally estimated, and some additional non-metallic conduit that's usually used for under roadway utility crossings, like it could have been electrical or telecommunications or whatever. So as we're rebuilding the road, or it could be for irrigation too. We're putting those conduits in to protect the future infrastructure should those things need to be installed across the roadway intersections. So the change order's been calculated, prepared, presented to the contractor. The contractor has signed it. I'm here in front of the council presenting it with a recommendation for approval to get everything lined up with the contract amount and then the ultimate and dollar value of the work completed. And I guess one other following note, if there's, we did cover this with the change order number 1, but there's ample space left in the authorized value for the total project cost for this project. So even though this is increasing the contract amount by $40,000, you may recall there was a scope reduction. We had an original bid in 2022, and the bids came in high. We took out a portion of 4th Avenue and reduced some of the scope with the project and rebid it. So there's actually a delta. We're under the total project amount for the overall bond project by actually about $2 million. So there's plenty of contingency available here. No major concerns with this adjustment of $40,000 or approximately $40,000 with the change order. And so recommendation is to approve change order number 2 for the 7th Avenue Street and Utility Improvement Project. And I'll stand for any questions the council might have before taking action.
None.
I don't really have a question. This has all been passed before my time here. And the work has been satisfactorily completed.
Correct. We did have one wrinkle. It wasn't really the fault of the contractor, but there was some damage to the mainline pavement, concrete pavement, caused by crane placement and the Article 7 construction. And so that was something that developer and that contractor took on as their responsibility. It didn't cost the city any money. And actually the same contractor that we had used for the concrete paving conducted the repairs. And so that was all done earlier in the year and was accepted by the city, and we're happy with the results there. But other than that, everything else is to the satisfaction of Public Works and my staff as well, too, from an inspection standpoint.
Yeah, it looks good over in front of Article 7 anyways, so.
Any questions? If not, can I have a motion for the change order number 2?
So moved.
So move, Councilmember McKenzie.
Second.
Second, Councilmember Woods. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Next up is item D, which is the Seventh Avenue Street and Utility Improvement Project for accept a project and approve final payment. Back to you, Morgan.
Mr. Mayor, members of the council, so now that change order number 2 was approved and is now a part of the contract, now the contract can be finalized. And so all of the appropriate documentation, bonds for warranty work, consent of surety for final payment, lien waivers, and IC-134s, which is a tax thing, but very important that we collect those. So those are all in hand. The final payment in the amount of $113,432.58 is pretty much, I think, just releasing of the retainage, that if we hold back 5% or whatever it was, 2.5%, there might have been some minor adjustments within that change order again. But everything's been agreed to by the contractor, sign off by the contractor. Again, work has been accepted as satisfactory, and I'm here to, and this is by resolution, I believe. Yes, we do final payments by resolution. So the action for council is to adopt a resolution approving this final pay voucher number 8 for Eureka Construction, and we will close out the project and the contract from here on out.
Very nice. Any questions on that?
Nope.
Nope.
All right, I have a motion.
So moved.
So moved. Councilmember Woods.
I'll second it.
Second, Councilmember McKenzie. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Thanks for the hard work on this project.
Yep, thank you.
Everything looks really good.
Thank you, council, yep.
Thanks, Morgan. All right, last item up on our city business action items is approval and purchase of 12 M500 in-car camera systems and 25 V700 body-worn cameras. Before we take a vote, we have Sergeant Badowich here with, I believe, a couple representatives from Motorola.
Welcome, everyone.
Good evening.
Sure.
Right, thank you.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Thank you. Afternoon, Mayor, City Council members, City Manager Frandl. Sergeant Ben Badowich here from the Police Department, here to present the hopefully purchase agreement with, or contract with Motorola for in-car squad cameras and also the body-worn camera. With me is Nate Kinsey from Motorola and Jesse Richardson from Metro INET to help. Nate's got a presentation too that's included in here, and Jesse's here to help answer any IT questions. Currently, we have, the company is iPro, also known with the software is the UDE program. Squad cameras were first installed over 20 years ago, and we implemented body cameras in about 2021. There was a major system update with the UDE and the new software in 2022. Challenges with the current system. First off, the contract with iPro expires in mid-2026. Over the last few years, we've had chronic issues with the UDE system, such as video classification doesn't necessarily transfer all the time from the squad car to the server system. The video uploads fail weekly. We had to then submit a ticket with Metro INET, and they have to then go in and restart the system. iPro has a small customer base, means local installers are unfamiliar with software, which is a problem. A lot of squad downtime because there are continuous issues. Body-worn cameras and the squad videos, they don't necessarily link. The system is designed for once you get into the squad car, the body-worn camera is supposed to be activated at the same time as the squad car is. That does not happen on a continuous basis, reliable basis. The poor software leads to delays in officer patrol duties. A lot of officers are spending a significant amount of time in the police department, making sure that the videos are classified the way that they're supposed to be classified, and the videos are actually uploaded like they're supposed to. We are unaware of any future progressing software that UDE or iPro is going to present to us to fix some of these bugs that we are continuously having. The redaction software is also poor quality. The officers or detectives that have to do the redaction for public data requests are almost have to go frame by frame. I.e., when we talk about redaction, we're talking about blurring people's faces out, any type of digital evidence too. And then the retention dates do not work. What we're seeing is that there's a high increase. The system is supposed to be designed that when the video reaches its retention date, it then deletes off the server. And we are going back, and when we're doing audits, we're finding that some of these videos are still, they're not being deleted like they're supposed to, which is creating more server space. With that said, I'm going to turn it over to Nate. You want to sit here? Sure. Yeah.
Good evening. Nice to see you again. All right, so here to introduce me, Nate Kinsey. I'm the local sales rep for all things video and LPR for Motorola. I've been in this role for about 4 years. I was in law enforcement for 16 years locally before that, so I'm not a smooth sales guy. I'm just a cop, right? It's got a sales job, so bear with me here. So we're going to talk about all the pieces of this, and this is going to be really brief. There's just a few slides here that we'll talk about. One thing I wanted to mention is that at Motorola, everybody knows the name, right, for radios. But since 2011, their sole purpose or focus has been public safety. So they're still Motorola cell phones, but they're owned by another company. Motorola just focuses on public safety from the entire ecosystem. Obviously, what we're talking about here is a small portion of that ecosystem, but that's what we're focused on here. Motorola's been around almost 100 years. Motorola's not going anywhere, so you don't ever have to worry about that. I'm sorry? Yeah, right, exactly. So we'll talk first about the body camera. It's very simple to use. It's very durable. It's cop-proof is what I like to say. It's a very similar version that I used on the street when we were using this. Swappable battery, so you don't have to worry about your camera dying while you're in the middle of a shift. Very simple to use. There's 3 buttons and then the power button on the bottom. It's configurable. There's Bluetooth and Wi-Fi connection, so it can connect to the car. It can connect to a cell phone app. Very, very simple to use, and which is what cops really like, right? Because it's not complicated, so there's no real resistance to using it. The in-car system, again, very simple and easy to use. This is a design that's been tweaked a little bit, but it's kind of the same design for the last 10, 12 years. Nice touch screen in the car to be able to tag your videos. Anything you do in the car will transfer to the body camera, so the officers don't have to tag in 2 different places. It's not tied directly to the squad laptop, so if that laptop goes down or they have to reboot it, the system is still running, so you're never in danger of losing a recording. Very high quality. 1080p is the top recording resolution that we offer. Above 1080p gets into the range it's better than the human eye can see, so that's where we cap it at. But very easy to tag videos, very easy to operate the system. There's additional cameras on that screen. What we're talking about is the 2 on the left right here that'll be included in this proposal that we have here. So front-facing camera and backseat camera. Passenger compartment. The front-facing camera is also LPR equipped, so really, really good scans during the day. License plate recognition is LPR, so as the officers are driving around, they're going to be getting scans, and it's bounced off of the BCA hot list that they send out twice a day. So we'll be able to get stolen autos, warrants, wanted persons, silver alerts, all of those things right to the squad laptop without officers having to type in the plates kind of the traditional way of doing it. So all those come in real time. And all of this that we're talking about is cloud-based. So everything's in the cloud. There's no server that you have to worry about maintaining any further. The back end is really, really streamlined, very user-friendly. It's called DEMS, Command Central DEMS. Within the back end is the device management, all of the videos. So when an officer logs in, he's going to see his or her videos from newest to oldest, top to bottom. They'll sync with the body camera in the in-car, and if there are other officers on scene, it'll sync with those videos as well, so they're able to view those all sort of together and paired up. It's also got AI management tools. The AI is sort of in the background assisting all of the processes like the redaction, which is extremely fast and easy to use. Report writing, you name it, this back end does all of it. Very easy to use. It's going to save a lot of time. It's very efficient. Transcriptions, you can bring in 911 calls into here and transcribe the 911 calls. It can really do anything you can think of as far as a back end, anything that you would want. For interview rooms, it uses the in-car system, which is the M500, but it uses interview room specific cameras. So those two on the right there are the two, a dome camera and a pinhole camera for an interview room specific solution. We have these out in the wild right now in police departments and sheriff's offices, and they're working great. And again, very easy to use for the officers because it's very similar to the in-car. And the Command Central Wear is, to simplify it, it's the live streaming portion of this proposal. So with this feature, supervisors would be able to live view into their officers' body cameras and in-car cameras to be able to view in real time what their officers are dealing with at any given time while on a call. There's also mapping features. The LPR scans can come into the map. You can tie this in with your CAD system, so your CAD calls could be in here. There's a lot more that this can do, but again, to sort of simplify what Aware is it's live location and streaming of all of the devices and radios. Those are my slides. Ben, do you want me to talk about anything else?
I think that's good.
Okay.
Do you folks have any questions directly for Nate?
I might have one. I saw you guys had cameras that hang off of buildings, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I've never taught, I didn't know what our city has. If we are ever looking for an upgrade on our camera system throughout our city, is this something we could tap into?
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
Where we could get a reduction, price, cost, make it a whole ball of wax deal?
Potentially. The fixed video portion is a little longer of a process because of, site limitations and things like that. But yeah, Motorola does fixed video as well. And with the Aware portion, which was the previous slide, we can actually bring in and live view not just the body camera and in-car video, but also fixed video. So if you had fixed video
Around the building,
around the
things
building,
like this?
you could live stream that into here as well. Yeah,
Cool,
great question.
thank you.
Yep. And I know this isn't really show and tell, but I do have one of the body cameras if you guys would like.
I would love to see one, yeah. Just trying to save money.
I do have some questions, but I think they kind of tie into more of the project itself. So I can wait on those if you want, or I can ask them now if you want.
It's up to you.
Well, I'll just go ahead and ask. So have we completed any kind of a proof of concept or anything like that with the equipment? I mean, have we had some people like test it out? Have we had people trying it out?
Yeah, so before or part of the process with going with Motorola, we spoke with neighboring agencies, Oakdale, Mounds View, White Bear Lake. They are completely satisfied with the product, and so satisfied that all three of those departments have re-signed an agreement with them to extend their contract.
I think I just started recording something, sorry. So So we haven't had any of our officers actually try any of the equipment or anything to,
Correct.
okay. So then what kind of training would have to be done or is available for our officers to make sure that, or maybe equipment like this is generic enough across the board that they know what they're doing? But-
It's somewhat generic when it goes to actually how to record videos.
Okay,
What if the agreement is signed or we do move forward with Motorola, correct me if I'm wrong, Nate, we'd go into an implementation phase where Motorola assigns us a project manager. We've already created a team within the police department of five different personnel from patrol, the detectives, of records admin, to work through of how to implement the Motorola into the police department. The idea is to, before Motorola even hits the street or is even installed, we would like to have all that training done.
Yep.
So Motorola does provide, part of the contract is they do provide somebody to come in and train everybody.
okay, perfect.
If you don't mind, right?
Yeah.
So during the deployment phase, which is approximately 3 days, where we will have people on site getting everything up and running, there will be additional training during that time. There's also online training that can be done at any time, and Ben and the chief know they can reach out to me and our other local support people locally if they ever have any questions or need any additional training. But the training it's out there at
Okay.
any time. They could do training as well as in person.
Perfect. I just want to make sure that the officers are ready for this and, that they can hit the ground running and everything. And, because I assume that there's also going to be process changes on the back end, on the administrative side of things, getting familiar with the administrative side of it and how does that operate it, or how does that tie into our processes within the city and things like that.
Exactly. This wouldn't be, we install everything tomorrow and then say, here you go. It's going to be a 2 to 3, maybe 4 month process of getting everybody trained in, scheduling squad cars to get the devices installed. And the big thing is officer training.
Okay. And then one last question. Well, I guess 2 questions. So first off, I assume the answer to this is yes. You listed out a whole bunch of concerns that we have with the existing system that we have. I assume the Motorola system negates all those, that it meets all the challenges that we're currently having,
Yes.
right? Okay.
Yes.
And then 2, what portion of the support for the system does Motorola provide? Because I assume Metro INET is going to do some support for the connectivity of the system, because it's cloud-based, correct?
Correct.
So Metro INET will handle some of the connectivity to the, from the body cams to the back-end system and everything, right? So it's kind of a mixed question for both of you, and I apologize, you haven't been up to talk yet, so I jumping the gun a little bit.
I was feeling left out anyway, so I don't. So the squad.
Is the microphone on? Sure, people can hear.
Oh, of course.
Thank you.
I believe is there a Cradle Point router that would be, okay. So there would be a device mounted in every vehicle that would act as basically a gateway to the internet. And the Motorola devices would first record everything on basically the black boxes in the car. They would use the Cradle Point internet access device to offload everything to Motorola's server. And then once that has been confirmed as a completed upload, it will take it off the squad car.
Okay.
So we would help some with we would help a little bit with getting the connections from the Cradle Point if there ever, say, like a troubleshooting thing that needed to be done. I would cooperate with whoever would be their administrator for the Cradle Point device.
Okay.
We might need to get Motorola involved at some point, but it'd more likely be an issue with just making sure that it's working properly up front, having a subject matter expert on our side to be able to help out if there was a connection issue in the future, and then working with the person in the police department, which might be Ben, that would be the administrator of that Cradle Point device group.
Okay. So I guess you would handle, so Metro INET would handle the connectivity side of things. Motorola we would have some kind of support contract that would handle software support as well as hardware support for all
It's
that.
kind of funny with these, because they don't, unlike, say, Arbitrator or Axon, both of those companies will put software on the squad's laptop and interact with it there. Motorola has a separate hardware device that kind of mounts kind of close to the rearview mirror. And that is, that handles all the interaction with the device. So there is no software that we would need to push out. And then the management of it from the back end, say when an officer needs to go back and review video with the police department or look to see it, that's all web-based.
Okay.
So it's,
So our tickets with Metro INET should go down quite a bit, is what you're saying.
I'm looking forward to that. That'd be nice.
That's good information for you, too.
Yeah,
as far
I gotta
as-
say that,
because I know you take care of Oakdale, and they have it, and so the difference.
I really don't have to. I get so few tickets from the other two major member agencies that have Motorola. It's extremely rare that I even see one in, say, like.
That's a huge statement right there. Thank you for that.
Good.
I was just going to add that we do have obviously 24/7 support. So if an issue does arise, the first step is to open a ticket, right, with our support. And if Jesse or Metro INET needs to get involved, they can. But typically, like you said, for Oakdale and Mountain View, it's just call, we get it taken care of, and they don't even need to be involved.
Okay. And, sorry, one final question. So on the Motorola side, I assume that because this is all software as a service based, that we would have our own tenant separate from other agencies, but there is connectivity back to like BCA and everything on the back end, but we would have our own tenant that we would have access to, that we could restrict access to for our officers.
Yeah,
you know,
there's no
specific
plans to
officers
share
and things like
amongst
that.
member cities.
Yep.
This will be just North St. Paul.
Okay. Okay, perfect.
This is a seat base where, each, for a seat would be the officer's body cam, the car, and everything else. Is that considered like a per cop or per person unit, or are they separated as far as the different devices, how many devices you can have on that account?
So we don't limit the number of accounts or users. All we're doing in this proposal is number of devices.
Devices.
And then
Okay.
if the agency has, other officers that are sharing squad cars or sharing body cameras, things like that, there's no, it's just per device, and then the agency can put in as many users as they need.
I wasn't sure if shifts share devices or each person have their own device as far as,
So each officer will have their own body worn camera assigned to them. And then the squad cars obviously will have their own, will stay with the car.
so when they get in the car, their body cam links with the car.
Correct.
That's what I think I heard one time, is when they get in the car, then things are supposed to happen. You're supposed to turn on there and do that, so.
Yes.
That will work with, so each camera and car will sync up when the officer gets in there.
Yes.
Okay.
If there's a bad camera, how do they get a replacement for that day, or how do they get it repaired right away if they're on duty and there's a faulty one somewhere along the way?
So what other agencies have done in the past is usually pull either a spare camera into service or take one from, say, the chief or somebody who's not using it that day, right?
Okay.
Because the cameras are docked at the PD overnight or during the day, right, when officers are not working. So you can easily just grab someone else's camera.
Okay.
But that being said, they call it an RMA process, the return process. So if a camera does go bad or it needs to be returned, that turnaround is within a week. So they would call support, open a ticket, support would send them out a new camera, and then the old camera goes back, no questions asked.
Are these available through a immediate purchase, or do you have to order them specifically for our community?
They're not specific to the communities. So once they would come here, they would be configured for the specific agency.
Okay.
And that's part of the deployment process.
So if my camera breaks and I need to use the chief, is it like a MAC address where they just go in and assign my camera then from the chief to me?
It's a very simple process where you go into the back end that I mentioned earlier. You go to checkout camera, and you check that camera out, and then it's checked out to you.
So it's easy to swap hot if you need to be able to do that? Okay.
Don't do our officers realize they might have to smile once in a while here now? They're gonna have to shave?
We didn't put that in the proposal, but we can.
All right.
And I guess one last question along those lines for Ben. Part of the 25 body worn cameras that we're getting, I assume we've got some hot swap available ones in there. I don't know how many officers we have.
We have 20 officers right now, 2021.
We're
So we,
getting 5-ish extra.
yeah,
Okay.
just in case. I mean, we have an authorized strength of 23 with including our administration side, record side, and our CSO too, who will be assigned one.
That's
So,
what the next question is.
yep. So we are hoping to purchase it extra just in case.
Okay.
Because that's kind of also a problem that we ran into with the current body camera system.
Okay. I'll stop then. Thank you.
Oh, good questions. Battery wise too, couple extra batteries so we can, how long does it take to charge? I mean, is it,
It's about 4 hours from 0 to 100
Okay.
per battery. Batteries are swappable, so there are spare batteries in this proposal, so
Good.
officers don't have to get a new camera, they can just swap out the battery. And battery life, it depends on how it's being used and what features are turned on and things like that, but you're looking at anywhere from, 10 to 11 hours on a single charge.
What features are put onto this camera for the officers then, as far as, if they're in an incident, what other features are there?
So, one of the big features that is very popular, Ben and I were just talking about this, is it's called record after the fact. So with the camera that we have here, that it's turned on but not recording, it's technically recording, right? So it's called record after the fact. So I would be able to come back and pull video with no audio off of this camera of this interaction right here. So if there's a complaint, officers at Starbucks and tomorrow, sergeant says, hey, somebody complained about you at Starbucks. Well, nothing happened. Well, let's go pull the video. And you can go back up to 23 hours of time when this is not docked. Because when it's docked, it's not recording, right? But not docked and not recording, this is recording, right? On like an old TiVo or DVR. So that's one of the big features that is a big selling point. I know it was for me, knowing that even if I'm too focused on whatever I'm dealing with, I don't have to think about pressing a button. I just think about the threat and know that that video is there and I'm covered.
Okay.
Yeah, plus when you hit the record button on the camera, it records starting from 30 seconds before you hit the button. So it's a nice little
a
buffer.
little buffer, yeah, that's nice.
With all sound and everything, right?
No sound for that.
No, but at
But
the
the
time
video
of the
is there
setting
for
of the
that.
button, okay.
And then they also sync up with the car, so if the camera was, if the cop hit the button to start recording on the body cam, the car's cameras also start recording, and vice versa. If the officer makes the car start recording, body camera starts recording right away without having any intervention. There's a G-force sensor in there too, right, in the car?
In the car, yes.
Yeah, so if the car gets
Accident?
smushed into a light pole, the G-force sensor will trigger. It will start recording on both the in-car video and on the body camera 30 seconds before the car hit the light pole. So there's,
See what happened?
yeah, exactly.
And that 30 seconds is configurable. It can be 15 seconds, it can be 30 seconds, it can be up to 10 minutes. So
Oh, that's kinda nice.
Configurable to the agency and their policy.
Okay.
Mr. Mayor, if I may.
Yeah.
Hello, I'm the city attorney, so I'm obligated to ask some of the pessimistic questions. So, as a city, as a police department, we have statutory records retention requirements. If hypothetically we go with your services and then at some point down the line change to somebody else, how do we get access? Can we still get access to those files? Is there a file-only service, something to that effect? Or are we sort of locked into you for, period plus record retention period?
Yep, no, great question. So if you were to choose to go with another vendor in 5 years or whenever it is, the videos are your videos. We don't make you pay for them. We don't charge you to download them and move them somewhere else. Everything is recorded in an MP4 file. so it's playable anywhere else. You don't need a special player. But we will give you options and time to either download and move to another server or maintain a license with us if you choose. We have multiple options, and some of those require no cost. They're no cost to the agency. So.
Thank you. And then it sounds like you sort of answered that as well, but also in terms of sharing the videos from the department to like the prosecuting attorney's office. It sounds like it's all mostly MP4s and it's fairly easy to move those around.
Yes, it's extremely easy. That's one of the nice things about our new back end. That obviously I didn't go too into depth on it, but the sharing portion is very easy. It's as simple as sending an email. The recipient side is an email link where you can go in and view and download, the files that are shared with you, and not just limited to body camera and in-car. Any sort of digital evidence that you have in that case is shared how you choose to share it and who you choose to share it to.
Thank you.
How long of a contract?
5 years.
5 years, okay.
Some of the key features that we're happy that Motorola can provide us. One, the big thing is that it aligns with our mission statement as far as community support and working with the community. Having a reliable system will keep that mission statement true. The automatic license plate reader, that's a big one. That'll be installed in 5 squad cars. So officers aren't necessarily sitting always looking down at running license plate. The squad car will actually automatically do that. The other 2 big things that I'm personally excited about is one, the digital evidence storage, the back end area. Not only does that contain the videos the officers record, but anything digital involved in the case will hold that evidence. One of the key features that they have is a community video link. With this contract, officers will have an application on their phone, on their department-issued phone. They can create a scan code, give it to a victim or a witness who has video footage, and that victim or witness can automatically take that video from a Ring camera, from their cell phone camera, and automatically put it into the system. The problem that we have now is officers have to give the victim or witness their email, then the victim or witness has trouble configuring the video, or when it gets sent to us, it's not configured the right way, so then we had to create a ticket with Metro INET. We had to save it a certain way within our PD server, upload it a certain way into our report writing system. That gets rid of all that. It's basically sent in, already attached to that case because of that unique scan code that is provided. This system does bring the police department up to 21st century policing with technology, which really, our community expects transparency and accountability from their police department, and this technology will only support that, to support those goals. Considerations, reliability is essential. We currently do not have any type of trust or reliability with our current system. The cameras must perform constantly without failure. That's something that we are finding with our current system. The big issue too is if cameras aren't reliable, the public, investigating agencies, and the Ramsey County Attorney's Office will have little tolerance or understanding during a critical incident. So these major events that police departments get involved in, if we don't have video of what happens because the system the current system that we use failed, that brings in a lot of questions. Going over to there we go. We kind of hinted on it earlier. The estimated 5-year contract is just over $322,000. A couple other, that's also including the install fee with EATI, which handles the squad cars, technology inside the squad cars. the 2026 Metro INET quote to this quote for 2026 and 2027. This directly relates to the server space that we currently use for our current video footage. In the Motorola contract, we do have a migration clause in there. The problem is there are over 16,000 videos on the police department server that were not properly saved in an MP4 format. They were saved in an AV3 or an AV system. So we are going to have to work with Metro INET and iPro to figure out how we can convert all of those videos to get them off of the Metro INET server that we currently use and into Motorola. So that's where those two numbers come from, that's the server space. And then we also had to pay an iPro licensing fee for using their software every year. And with that, any further questions?
I think it'd be a lot better what you have now. I think we're looking in the right direction.
Thanks for bringing it to our attention. I mean, we were able to move, sooner than we thought we were going to be able to do, just kind of like we did with the locks. We met with the fire chief about that, we didn't realize, how much programming's involved for every single thing. So man hours is very valuable, very expensive, and if we can, be able to use the technology in better ways to be able to have everybody be able to do the job they're supposed to do instead of housekeeping, it's going to be better for the whole city.
Exactly, Mayor.
All right.
Thank you.
I'd like to make a quick comment.
Yes, sir.
If I could. So I sat in on these presentations, and I can tell you their presentation was much better than their competitors. And these guys come in at about a third the price, and they are equally as quality as a product. And features that are charged a considerable amount through a competitor is part of the package with these guys. I've seen the frustration with the officers and with our IT, who's ready to take a hammer to the system that we have now. I think this is a well-needed system, and I think they'll be lucky to have it, good to have it.
Good. Perfect. Well, thank you so much for all
Thank you.
that information and the great presentation from all of you. So the next thing is to do a motion. Can I have a motion to approve the purchase of the M500 in-car cameras and the V700 body cameras?
Also move.
So move, Councilmember McKenzie.
Second.
Second, Councilmember Woods. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Thank you all very much. Look forward to working with you.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank
Thanks.
you. Thanks for coming.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Thanks.
We didn't even get to ask you guys questions.
We're here if you want to.
She could show us the black and white camera she's carrying now.
Yeah.
Real.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
you.
Take care.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
All right, move on to reports from city manager and departments. So we had a staff meeting today, a couple updates. Electric department's working on getting the Christmas lights ready to be put up, which they'll be lighting them up after Thanksgiving.
I'm glad they're waiting until after Thanksgiving.
Yes. And we have 8 interviews that they'll be doing this week. We had one lineman that had left, and so we're getting into the interviews now. Looks like we have some good candidates to choose from, so that'll be good. We have some ongoing work that they have at the substation with some updates that are out there. And they're still working on some of the pole change outs from their system inspections. Community development's it's a continuing process for continuing to work on ordinances, and as they go through the process and find out other either old ones or outdated ones. They are still working on, we were hoping to actually have the solid waste RFP to you guys for review today, but we need a little more time with that, so that'll come back either the next one or the next one. Before the end of the year, we'll have that to you. Working on CIP with the Planning Commission. Communication is working on presentations, and they'll be going to the Parks Commission tomorrow, and actually the Arts Commission in 2 weeks to discuss next year's festivities and, their involvement and what's kind of expected. So Ava's doing that. She's right now collaborating with the high school. They're going to have, in January, a career panel, which I think they did that last year as well. So we'll have people from individual departments that'll go over there and talk to them about their careers, and it's kind of a nice program. Finance is busy working with Truth and Taxation, which will be coming up at their next council meeting, and then its final approval on the 16th. PD, Ray, our chief, is at attending the Chiefs Conference up in Brainerd right now. And right now, they're kind of getting out and working on warning people about the snow rule that's in place. Then they try to give out warnings in November, and if we still can't keep them off the road, they tend to get tickets past that point. So just out warning everybody that is coming. Public Works is staying busy with street sweeping, and progress is coming on the student-built house. They got the basement dug, got the footings in today. They're hoping to inspect that today, and then they're hoping to have at least the walls formed and up and poured maybe by the weekend. And then they'll get them waterproofed, let them cure a little bit, and backfill, and we'll have the college out here starting to build. Fire department is currently working on their annual physical agility tests. And
Glad mayors don't have that.
We also have one of our firemen that is going over with the team for visiting North High and teaching hands-on CPR to them, so that's nice too. And that's all I got for you.
Thank you very much. Appreciate the update. Lawyer, you got anything to say?
Other than a moment, Your Honor.
All right, there we go. We got this, feels so empty. I have to ask somebody questions here. Councilmember McKenzie.
Yeah. We have our meeting for the EDA, December 9th, 8th? I don't remember what it is.
9th, I think it is.
9th, yeah. That'll be coming up. And other than that.
Okay. Sir.
Arts and Culture met a couple weeks ago for our normal monthly meeting, and then we had a special planning meeting last night, workshop, to kind of talk about 2026 and some potential process improvements we can make to how we do our work. So,
Good stuff.
yeah.
Good deal. All right, thank you. Any general business?
Well, I attended the VFW Vets Day ceremony at 11 o'clock on the 22nd, whatever day it was. And then 2 days later, I went to the VFW's auxiliary memorial luncheon that they have now at the VFW. And I'll tell you what, the way they handle those soldiers and their past histories and that, I was really moved by it. I was really glad I got a chance to go down to that. It was pretty cool.
Very nice.
It was very cool.
Sounds like an honorable experience.
Yeah.
You, sir, anything?
I've got nothing.
I'm trying to remember the last time we spoke. I think we did the Police Foundation pancake breakfast since we met last, right?
Yep,
So that
yep.
was good, was getting some pancakes, and it's a good turnout. It was nice to be able to attend that, and can't think of anything else. It seems to fly by, but I don't remember what I do. How's that?
How about a happy and healthy Thanksgiving for everybody and their
Yes.
safe travels?
I can't believe
I
that.
guess the last thing I'll say is thanks to all our vets and allowed me to come in and visit with them. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Well, our next meeting is going to be December 2nd. So if there's nothing else, I ask for adjournment.
So moved.
So move, Councilmember McKenzie.
Second.
Second, Councilmember Woods. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Seem to do pretty well when there's two members.